Now that you have your class set up, it's time to go ahead and add assignments. So inside the classwork section, this is where you would create any assignments that you have. And there's several types. There's assignment, quiz assignment, question, material. You can reuse a post from another class, or you can create a topic, which is your main headers. So let's look at some examples of those. So for starters, a question. You would use a question. I use it for warm-ups. So for example, in this one, what do you know, if anything, about the play Macbeth written by William Shakespeare? So a question can be used for a warm-up. A question can also be used just to check in. How you doing today? Are you confused on anything that we went over in class? What can I do to help you? So you can use a question as a formative evaluation, or you can use it as summative. It can be graded or ungraded. And let me show you how to do that. So if you click on this and you click question, you could just type, how are you doing today? And so you could choose over here whether you want it to be ungraded or give it a point value. You can choose how many classes should get this question, or if it's just one class. And you can also select how many students. In this case, I only have one student in this class, but if you had more than one student, they'd all be listed there. You can choose your due date as well, and you can also pick a time as to, like, let's say you wanted it to be due at 2:45 or midnight. You can pick the time there as well. And then under topic, I would put that question under warm up, or if you don't choose where it should go and you click ask, it automatically defaults to the top of the class. So sometimes if I just want a question to be at the top and I don't want it to be in here, you can add a question like that. The next type of thing that you could use is an assignment. So if you click on this, let's first show you what it looks like if you go to create an assignment. So again, you can add a title, you can add instructions, you can choose which class it's going to go to, how many students are to receive it, if it's everybody or just one student. You can choose the point value or leave it ungraded. Pick the due date. The default for dates will go to the very next day. And if you choose your date, you can choose a time as well. And then under topic, you can pick which topic, an existing one, or you can create a new topic. And so let's look at what one of these assignments looks like that's already in existence. So here we go. I have an assignment for Act 1, Scene 1 and 2. Now, if I click View Assignment, it will take me in to show me what students have turned it in. If I go to Instructions, I can see what it looks like for a student view. So clicking on Instructions, it's read Scene 1 in Macbeth and answer the questions attached. So if I click on this, I can see what this is. And so this is my assignment here. Now, this is created in Google Docs. Anything in Google, you just close out and it automatically saves. It's weird to get used to it first, but it does actually automatically save it. That's what an assignment is. You can also have the option to add resources or materials. This is not going to be a grade, so you do not see any grade options over here. You can add it under which topic you want to add it to. I like to have a whole section on my class that says class resources or materials, but you could add it underneath any of the topics that you've already created. So you can add a title and a description, and you can add where it's going to come from. Again, it could be from Google Drive, it could be a link from the website, or from the web, it could be a file that you've created, like a picture or a Word document, or it could be a YouTube search. Let's look at an example of material in this class. So under class resources and materials, I have a how to annotate example. So I just did a PDF. So this would be something that they would click on and look through, but they wouldn't necessarily need to answer anything or turn it in or get a grade. It's just something for them to view. Some important things to keep in mind when it comes to assignments. As you go to click an assignment, let's say we're going to create a new one. You have options. So here I'm going to say fake document. And I added a fake document. So let's just say file. I'm going to attach a file. Now, if I go to attach it, it's going to give you options: recent, upload, my drive, shared devices. For the most part, you're going to either use your Google Drive or you're going to upload. So select files from your device. I'm going to go to my desktop, and here I have a fake document. Click open. And I'm going to click upload. Now, right here is what you really need to pay attention to. This is very important. So as you go to upload it, you have options. Students can view the file, which means they won't be able to edit it or do anything with it. Students can edit file. If you choose this option, every student in your class will edit one file. And that can be a nightmare if you're not prepared for that. So your best bet is to say make a copy for each student. That means each student gets a copy of this to edit or to answer for themselves, and no one else touches it. So again, viewing it means they view only, they can't edit it back. Edit the file means everybody in the class can edit the same file. I've made that mistake multiple times. And make a copy for each student is what I pretty much would suggest you always choose. And then again over here you can choose which class it goes to, how many points it is, the due date, and the topic. All right, let's go ahead and assign this. I'm going to assign it under classwork, and let's look at what it looks like. Now, once this has been assigned, your student can go in under classwork, here's the fake document, and they can pull it up. Now, here's the problem that they may have. If this is a Word document, they can't type on this. They're going to try to type and it's not going to work. So I would always suggest that your documents are made in Google Docs, and I will show you how to do that in just a minute. But if this is the case and it's a Microsoft Word document, they can go up to More Actions, say Open a New Work or New Window, and then click Open with Google Docs. It then makes this Word document into a Google document. And if it is a Google document, then you can type whatever you want, and you do not have to save or click save. All you have to do is close out, which is a really weird feeling, but you just close it out and it automatically saves it in their Google Drive. Let's say that you have an assignment and you have something already created as a Word document, but you want to make it a Google Doc just so it's easier for students. Here's what you would do. Come up to your dots for your Google Apps on the top right-hand side and go to your Google Drive. You could also choose Google Docs, but I want to show you your Google Drive first. So if you come up to your Google Drive, it's going to show you all of the things that you have going on, and it puts your quick access to your most recent ones here. Now, if you click New, you can do a new folder. You can do all kinds of options, Google Sheets, Google Slides. Let's say I choose Google Docs. And this is a blank, brand new Google Doc. Well, in order to make it easiest for the students, you can copy your document that you had on your Word document and paste it onto your Google Doc. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to open up my fake document now, and I'm just going to select it. I'm going to right click and hit copy, and then I'm going to come over here and go back to my Google document, and I'm going to paste it into my Google document. So I can right click paste or edit paste, and here it is. Now, if you see the title up here, I called it Unit 1 Fake Document. So you could just click right here. It's automatically going to give the title to the first thing that it sees on the page. So you can just change it right there. And again, it feels very weird, but you just close out the document and it saves it automatically. So now if I was going to go back and add this into my classroom, so here's the fake document. It's a Word document. It's a little more difficult for students to type on. If I was to come up here and say assignment and call this fake document 2, I could add from my Google Drive, and it's going to show me. So you can see by the symbol, there's the Word document. Here's a Google Drive document. It looks exactly the same, but this way the students can type on it right away. So let's go ahead and click. I'm going to just also put it underneath classwork and hit assign. And let's look at the difference between the two. So here it is. Here's the fake document, the one that's a Word document. If you click on the Google Drive one, the one that we made in Google Docs, you click it, it opens automatically. There's no stress. The students can type right away, it saves it for them, and you're good to go. So that's what you want to keep in mind as you make an assignment. I know some of you may be copying assignments from other classes, and if that's the case, you can copy the information that they've given you onto a Google Doc. Okay, there's also an option when you create an assignment to schedule it for later. So as you're going to, up here in the top right-hand side, so I'm just going to say assignment. And if you click up here, as you fill the rest of this out, if you come up to assign, you have options. You can assign it, which means it assigns right away. You can click schedule, which will allow you to pick the date and time that you want it to appear. This is great. If you're going to be out for a day and you know you're going to be out for a day, you can go ahead and schedule your assignments to appear at the start of the morning or the start of the class, whatever you want it to be. And you also can save as a draft. So let's click save as a draft for this one so I can show you what it looks like. Anything saved as a draft is going to be grayed out, and it says draft over here on the right hand side. So you know that if you want to go ahead and edit it again, you can click edit and finish it, and then you could click assign at that point or schedule it at that point. So we've gone over assignment, question, material. Let's go over quiz assignment. So quiz assignment is what it sounds like. It creates a blank Google form. Now, if you're just getting started in Google Classroom, this might be a little overwhelming for you. You may want to practice this first, but it basically allows you to create a quiz. By going into here, you can click on blank quiz and you can start adding a quiz into here that Google Classrooms will then grade for you. So that's what that option is for. At this point, you may not want to really get into that just yet, but if you do and you have any questions, certainly your tech person at your school can help you with that. The last option that we have not mentioned yet is reuse post. And reuse post is great. It allows you to pull a post from another class and bring it into this class. So in this example, I could pick from any of these classes. I'm going to go ahead and pick from my elementary class that I did as an example. And let's say that we want to pull over the Eric Carle, the Very Hungry Caterpillar. I can click reuse, and it'll bring up the option to allow me to change it for this class. So I'm assigning it to the English 101, and we're going to pick this as ungraded. We can pick the date, and then if I click assign, and let's go ahead and make the topic, change the topic to classwork, and I click assign, it will pull over this from the other class, and it'll pull it under, here it is, today's book, Eric Carle, the Very Hungry Caterpillar. So that's how that works, which is very helpful at times too.